Hello everyone. In the today class, just let's take a example on K-map. How to solve the logical equation by using the K-map. So there are two types of the equations. One is it is in the form of the SOP, that is sum of the product form, and another one is in the form of the product of sum form. So the example we are considering, that is in the sum of product, that is f of a comma b comma c comma d is equal to summation of m 0 1 2 3 5 7 8 9 and 11 and 14. So the equation, by looking at the equation, that is a summation of small m, it indicates that the equation is in the form of SOP, and whatever the numbers they are given, that is the decimal numbers. Now by using the K-map, how to solve the logical equation? By getting the logical equation, how we are simplifying by using the K-map. Now consider the K-map for the 4 variables. It contains the 4 by 4 16 cells. Now the map is drawn like this, and in the equation whatever the numbers they are given, the decimal numbers 0 1 2 3 5, for all these numbers the corresponding 4-bit binary numbers we are considered, and according to that binary bits we are placing the decimal numbers into the 16 adjacent cells. For example, in the equation 0, the 0 it indicates the binary bits of 0 0 0 0. Here a, b and c, d we are considered. So 0 0 0 0 it corresponds to the decimal 0. For that reason 0 is placed here and 1 is placed, that is 0 0 0 1, and for the 2 it is 0 0 1 0. Like that all the decimal numbers whatever present in the equation, those are mapped in the table. Now these are the decimal numbers whatever they are given in the equation. Now for this decimal numbers, wherever the decimal numbers are present in the table, for those decimal numbers we need to put the 1 in that places. So for the 0 we need to put the 1, and for the decimal number 1, that is a 1. Why? Because in the SOP we need to put a 1 in the K-map if it is in the POS. For example, here it was a pi of capital M. If it is in the product of sum form, then we need to put the 0 in the place of decimal numbers. So for that reason 1 we are going to put here. Now after that, for adjustment we need to group the, for simplification we need to group all the ones. So we know the basic rules for grouping the adjacent ones. According to those rules, first we need to group all these 4 ones, and this is the second group. This is the third group. This is the fourth group. And according to the rules of grouping, if only one is remained, then we can consider for the single one for grouping. So for that reason I encircled the 1 here. Now we need to simplify by using the K-map. Simplification, how we are simplifying this equation. So for the first group 1 1 1, 4 adjacent ones are there. For that reason look at the first group. Here the value of the AB, that is 0 and 0, these values are constant in the first grouping. So for that reason in the SOP the value of 0 we are going to represent it as a complement of the variable. For that reason A bar B bar. And here if we are going to consider the rows, from one row to the another row, each variable it means two variables are there, C and D. So both the variables are changing its value. Here the value of the variable D 0 to 1 it is changed, and here the 0 to 1 the variable C value is going to change. For that reason the variable value, if it is constant, then we need to consider. If the variable value is going to change, then we are going to ignore the variable. For that reason, for the first grouping we are going to consider only the value A bar and B bar. Plus the second group, in the second group these four ones we are going to consider. Two rows and two columns are included here. So here what we need to write for the columns 0 0 and 0 1. So here the value of the A, that is 0 in both the columns, and value of the B is changing from 0 to 1, it is changing. So we need to ignore the value of the B, we need to consider only value of the A, and that is equal to 0. So we need to consider as a complement of the A, that is A bar. And from the rows, these two rows are involved, then in these two rows the value of the D is constant, that is 1, and the value of C is changing, 0 to 1 it is changing. So the constant value for the D is 1, that is D. These two groups are over. Now for the single group, another group, it contains only the single one. For that reason we need to consider the AB value as 1 1 and the CD value is 1 0. According to that we need to write the A, B, C, D bar, because it is D value is 0, so it is D bar. Now for the first here next group, for this group single column is involved, that is 1 0. 1 0 it means that the value of the A is 1, so A original variable as it is, and the value of the B is 0, so we need to write B bar. And two rows are involved, so in the two rows the value of the C is constant and the value of the D is changing. So the changed variable we need to ignore, and let us consider the constant variable, that is a C. So the value for the C is 0, then we need to write C bar. And now for this grouping, again same column is involved, so we need to copy the same, that is A, B bar, and these two rows are involved here. So for these two rows again C is changing 0 to 1 and D value is constant, that is 1, so we need to write D for that. Now A bar B bar plus A bar D plus A B C D bar plus A B bar C bar plus A B bar D. This is the final simplified equation for the logical function f of a comma b comma c comma d is equal to summation of m 0 1 2 3 5 7 8 9 11 and 14. In this way we are going to simplify the logical equation by using the K-map. Thank you.